Good evening. Uh, so I was writing this morning about my life and what I've been doing all this time and what I accomplished and all that. And when I go back in time, pretty much starting at when I left the JWs, that was kind of the starting point for me to be thinking that I'm doing big things, I'm accomplishing things, I'm starting to live life fully. And before that, it was much more the JW lifestyle and the volunteer work and the worship and the brotherly love. I didn't have much choice in that life. And then before that, I had that high school and primary school, that and then Florida before that. So it's kind of simple when I think about how I spent my time throughout my life. That as a teenager, for example, I was splitting my time with uh, my weekend, that is spending time with family or friends, and my work, and my guitar playing, and my Jehovah's Witness activities, playing video games. And then since I left the JWs, I had many experiences. And before that, it was just the regular courses in school. So I learned to write and read and speak and count, all the mathematics things, and all the different physical education, all the different classes, as well as spending time with my family because I lived with my family doing homework and uh, spending time with my family. So, uh, but when I was younger, the Jehovah's Witnesses had a big role. So I had a lot of time to spend preaching, going to the meetings, everything that had to do with that. And uh, so that's kind of still part of me, a big part. But I didn't really have a choice. I just had to do what I had to do. And now I know that Jehovah's Witnesses are not what they say they are, and that most of it is lies, and I cannot rely on that. As for spirituality, does that exist outside? I guess so, but does God exist? Can I still rely on the spiritual divinity? Uh, I guess I'm like everybody else that really doesn't know. Most people don't know if it does exist, but sometimes they just have no choice, that they just rely on it because they just can't see how to cope otherwise. And so I listen to Lloyd Evans' channel because there's a lot of information that I get there that is like hidden from Jehovah's Witnesses, that that he's showing that no, actually people in the higher up realm, they know a lot more things. They have guidance books that you don't know about, and they have the rules on concerning this or that. So that was eye-opening because you're not allowed or you're not aware that this exists. So there are many rules that, for one reason or another, they don't think that regular Jehovah's Witnesses should know about. That there's a lot of what to do when a crime happens, or when there's a medical emergency or all that. So, like, I guess they try to showcase only one side when they are trying to recruit or trying to convince people that this is the truth. They want you to show just one side of the coin when there's another side that they don't want you to know about, but you start knowing about the more time you spend there. So, uh, for example, I always thought that the higher up you're in the organization, the more spiritual, the more like these older people that are super humble, that are constantly studying and trying to understand what's the guidance that's written in the Bible, and reading different texts to make you understand what is truly God's position or what's his guidance, and trying to understand the truth and the interpretations of the Bible, prophecies, and like I'm thinking that these people are part of the 144,000. They are anointed, so in theory they should be getting guidance, light, inspiration from God, from Jehovah, from a divine source. So I was thinking that, not for no fault of my own, because I was told that people that are in Bethel and higher up in the hierarchy, that they are happier, they are in a spiritual paradise, there's more love, uh, there's really something special there that we really don't have access to as much when we were just regular Jehovah's Witnesses. So I always aspired, as a younger person, I always aspired to climb the hierarchy and become an elder, because I thought this is how I'm going to be able to serve. Because if there's any problems with the congregation or the people, that if they have any illnesses, any conflicts, anything that's bothering them, I could be that person that they can come to see, and I could offer them guidance based on the wisdom that is given from the spiritual realm. And I always thought that's really something I want. And I always tried to really hard to be that. Follow everything, follow the rules. Don't be an example. Be an example. Be exemplary and everything. So I thought that is going to make me ready for the next step, which is having a role as a shepherd in the congregation. And that I was told that is God that is directing this. So if you are being chosen as an elder or having a special position in the congregation, this is given to you by God. It's a reward, it's a blessing that you get because you've done things right. However, I was not getting those blessings, and I never was considered to be one of the leaders or one of the elders, the shepherds. And to me, that, yes, I was patient with it, but I never got that privilege. And for me, that was disappointing. And I always felt bad about myself, that there's probably something that I'm doing that is wrong. I always thought that maybe I'm not morally as irreproachable as I thought I was. But the truth is, people that are elders and people that are in the positions are not moral, and they have double faces, so they can pretend in public to be wise and pure and all that, but there is another side to them. Not necessarily, I'm thinking there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that are 100% fine, but there are others that are not, and they are worse than your average person that is in the world. So, but for me, as a growing up Jehovah's Witness, I always thought the world is a bad place. People are evil, and if they were good, they would become Jehovah's Witnesses. So, realizing that, like, there are people that are good in the world, that are selfless, that are friendly, that are passionate, and all these positive things, intellectual, scientific, uh, role models, to me, made me think that this is possible outside. And it's not true that all non JWs are bad. So just knowing that starts to make me understand that this is not what I thought. And so the people that are actually trying to portray themselves as an image of humble and good and servants are actually not like that. They are not sincere like that. They are not. Uh, they are more ignorant than anything. They are not qualified. They're not educated, and they insert themselves into matters that they don't know anything about, like medical matters. And it's just, to me, it's just clear that it's just incompetence that is. It's incompetence. And why do people go there? I guess because they like to be comforted. They like to be told everything's going to be fine. Uh, God is with you. He's going to help you. He's going to heal you. And He's going to protect you. He's going to help your mental well being. However, this is not the case because all of the emotions that you have as a Jehovah's Witness, you will have as a non Jehovah's Witness. Everybody has those emotions. And to be able to pinpoint the emotions is already part of releasing the bond of the manipulation, because you can identify that this emotion is, it's not just for Jehovah's Witnesses or non-Jehovah's Witnesses. This is an emotion that everybody's having, and there are various types of emotions. So you can have the same sorrow as a JW or a non-JW, the same suffering, the same happiness, the same joy. All the emotions are still there, whether you're part of the organization or not. And you can do good and be moral as a JW or not. So you don't have to be involved in all these things that are supposedly the path towards the spiritual and the path towards the paradise. Because it's not because you're not following these rules, like not talking to your family member because they're not agreeing with you, that you're gonna go to paradise. So um, some things are morally wrong as directed by the governing body and the publications. So if you have a conscience, you can see that, okay, no, I'm not gonna follow this. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is false. Because I always thought that I wanted to be a good person, and I wanted to know what is being a good person according to the Jehovah's Witnesses. how does a good person behave and everything. And the Jehovah's Witnesses' answer to that is to obey. Obey regardless. If you're giving a directive, you need to follow it. So whatever the, you don't have to question it. You cannot. You don't have to. You're not allowed, or it's wrong to have doubts that this is probably not the right thing to do. And I thought, wait, this is what the army people that were doing in the concentration camps. They were following orders and then killing all these people. Uh, they're not questioning it. Is it wrong or not? They just do it because they're told. Uh, so you can definitely do bad things if you're following orders. And I thought, this is not a good person. Good person would refuse to follow orders if it goes against what is right, according to their conscience, according to, and where does that conscience comes from? It doesn't come from the Bible. It comes from us, the human being that has this understanding, innate understanding. So, as a ex-Jehovah's Witness, maybe if you're leaving the organization, you think, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Should I break all the rules and start voluntarily doing the opposite that what I was taught? Not necessarily. You can be the exact same person that you were as a Jehovah's Witness, as an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and uh, feel the same emotions, like the same things, spend your time in the same way, or maybe you want to try something different or something new, and that is fine. That is, maybe you want to go back to school or change careers or try a new hobby, or there's many things that you can spend your life doing, or taste something different, or listen to new music, or there's an endless list of things that you can do that don't involve being a Jehovah's Witness. So there, I think I can leave it at that. Yeah, thanks.